motherfuckers, we back.
Back at it again.
This is the 2 Cents You Call It podcast.
One time for the one time.
I am your host, X, and I am here with my brother from another mother, Dub. What's happening?
Brother, what's happening?
Hey, brother, you know what it is, man.
We are back for episode number 38.
38, man.
That means that this is season 2, episode number 3.
You keep on trying to do them seasons. I told you, whatever number that we on is the number we gonna be on.
Hey, we on episode number 38 though. Y'all know what it is. You can always catch us on YouTube at the 2 Cent You Call It podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Please follow, share, like, comment, subscribe. And you know how it is. We in your earbuds on all of the listening platforms. We on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts for your listening pleasure.
Yep.
Brother,
what's up?
we are here.
We here, man.
We ready for on another Friday night for another episode.
Hey, man, we've been working in the background.
Man, first things first, my brother. What's in your cup?
Yak. Yeah, I'm just drinking a straight yak today. Keeping it simple.
Straight cognac.
I've been moving around, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing creative for y'all tonight and stuff, but it's always good to have the yak. What you drinking over there, man?
I'm gonna do a whiskey mule.
Okay.
I am doing whiskey and ginger beer tonight.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know where I actually got it from. I got it from somebody, but I can't remember exactly where right now. So, shout out to whoever gave it to me because I don't remember now. But yeah, it's a nice little mix, man. If you are used to mules, you're used to a ginger beer. It's just with whiskey instead of vodka.
Oh, what you got? I might have told you about that.
No, you didn't.
No, I remember because I was at karaoke and they had an Irish mule that's with Irish whiskey, orange Irish, something, whatever. Fuck.
I don't think you ever told me about that.
I did. I told you about.
Oh, okay.
Well, definitely told you about
we gonna move on along, man. How was your week, brother?
Man, it was long. It was long.
Why was it long?
So my guys are back on campus and
okay.
stuff like that. So they had a whole week of events, and I had to be out there, advisor life and stuff.
You are advisor.
But I actually enjoyed it, man. It kind of compensates for me not having kids and stuff like that. I kind of
because you look at them as your
man. I kind of skip over the toddler stage and the infant stage and just jump straight to
college,
young adults and stuff like that. So it's always rewarding to see those guys fulfilling their dreams and stuff and see what
So you are back on the campus that you attended. How does it feel being back on campus?
Hey, man, it feels weird.
I can imagine.
It changed, and at the same time, it feels like I try my best not to look creepy.
Yeah.
Because I'm bald headed and I got glasses now. So I'm trying not to look like the pervert and stuff, even though I'm not looking at nobody. It's just like, it just feels weird, like when you're the oldest person.
Well,
there.
I think it's weird anyway, being on that campus and being black. Like, I already told you, I went to HBCU, and so...
I did too. You did
why? And so, coming on that campus, it feels... I don't know, it just feels weird because coming from the HBCU lifestyle...
It's the complete opposite.
Yeah, like, and it's not even I wouldn't even call it a PWI because it's not. Mm-hmm. It's more so of
a commuter school.
Yeah, it's more so of a commuter school. It's a lot of the Asian population, a lot of the Middle Eastern population. So it's not even PWI. Like, it's just.
Well, I mean, it's still the PWI.
Is it?
Yeah, it's majority white, and then from there is Middle Eastern and Pacific Islander, I believe is the correct.
My cousins?
Term. Yeah. And
I ain't seen a lot of Pacific Islander though.
Well, I thought, aren't Asians Pacific Islanders too?
No, it depends on. It depends on.
I know you can't call them the O word because that's more described of
the O word,
rugs and stuff like that.
Oh, Oriental.
Well, I didn't want to say that. That could be offensive to somebody.
No. Asian. When I think of Asian, I think of
the mainland.
Yeah.
But Japan is an island.
Like, yeah, I think of Japan. China, like,
but Japan is not the mainland.
Well, fuck it. That's what I think of when I say Asian.
I went to school with a whole bunch of Asians in high school, so that part right there doesn't shock me and stuff like that. So I've always been on diverse campuses, so it's never been weird to me.
I grew up black and blackity black. I was black middle school. I mean, black elementary, black middle school, black high school.
Yeah, black high school, and then University Park.
And then I went to HBCU. So You know, it was a bit of a culture shock when I came back and our undergrad chapter ended up being at UTD.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it was a good thing and stuff. They're finally back, so it was a good thing. Other than that, man, I actually what happened Friday?
You got contacts?
Yeah, I did get contacts.
And you struggled?
I struggled. Like, matter of fact, we went bowling on Sunday, and we were supposed to go to brunch before that, and I was late because it took me like 2 hours to get them bitches in, and I'm still not sure that I had them in the right eyes, because I was bowling gutter balls.
Well, you was gonna do that regardless.
Yeah, it was a fun time and stuff. But yeah, man, I just wanted to try something different, man. I wanted to be able to wear shades sometimes, and not wear my glasses underneath my shades and look like a jackass and stuff like that. And then I actually just got 2 more pair of glasses too. Had to get a new prescription because my eyes have gotten worse.
Blind is bad.
Yeah.
So let's talk about bowling. We did go bowling on Sunday.
Yeah.
We had a whole team, man.
We did.
We put a team together. Balls deep. For people, for everybody that doesn't know, we that was the name of our team. We actually have pictures that we posted on Instagram. So go check out 2 Cent Podcast on Instagram. But
I don't even know where my shirt is.
Mine is, I don't know. But yeah, we had a whole bowling team, man. It was a fun time. It was really fun.
Real fun for a good cause.
Yeah,
and stuff, so.
We was raising funds for scholarship. So that was a good time. Took a real good picture. You always say that you're awkward in pictures. I think that this past one was a good picture.
Well, I knew what to do with my hands then. It was something inappropriate, so I was okay with that one.
So
and I was also feeling really good on that special.
Yeah, it was
special
definitely
water.
Yeah, we was definitely partaking for that event. Yeah, man. That I think that was beginning that began the week.
Yeah, that was Sunday.
Okay. Yeah.
Other than that, man, like my week has been just pretty straightforward, man. I've just been back and forth to campus and got more stuff going on this weekend. So I'm kind of excited to see how that goes.
Nice.
But other than that, man, how was your week?
Week was pretty good, man. It started off a little, I'm not going to say shitty. I'm just going to say it caught me off guard because my work schedule actually changed. And I didn't necessarily expect for it to change like it did. But, you know me, I'm trying to go with the flow, go with it as it comes. So kind of adapting this week to a different schedule. I went from working days to actually working, I wouldn't say nights because it's not necessarily nights. It's afternoon going into the night. Okay. It's like second shift, not third shift, but it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna take it in stride. It just kind of caught me off guard, which was what I didn't appreciate about it. But you know how it go, man. You gotta just deal with the punches sometimes. So that was that. Other than that, man, the week was pretty standard. You know, work. I woke up today and I think I felt, I don't know, it was an off day.
Yeah, man, you hit me up. I was like, "What's up, man?"
Yeah, and you know what? I think it was because I recently changed my diet, and I went to, kind of intermittent fasting.
Yeah,
and so when I woke up today, I slept in for once because I actually had an off day today, so I slept in for once, and I think by the time I got up and started moving around, I might have just been hungry. So I was kind of a little out of it, and I think that's where I'm gonna attribute, my energy being down from. But once I got up and got to moving around, it ended up being a whole different day. So it's pretty good, man. Ended off the week pretty good. Looking forward to the weekend. Got to work one day. The other day is gonna be a lot of social activity. So looking forward to the weekend, man.
Everybody's working for the weekend. We're in the weekend right now, huh?
Yeah. So getting into tonight, man, we actually have a guest with us tonight.
Yeah.
It is a longtime friend of the podcast. This person actually listens to the podcast, actually comments, has a subscription. hits us up on our personal, lines to let us know what she thinks about it, man. So I'm glad to welcome her to the podcast, man. What's up, Jackie?
Hello.
How are you tonight?
I'm wonderful. Happy to be here.
Yes, we are happy to have you.
Yeah.
Has it been a little while since we had a guest on the show?
Yeah.
A couple episodes, maybe.
Yeah, a couple episodes.
Yeah. First of the new season.
Yes, you and these seasons. I just said we got tired of each other, and then we was like, all right, let's get back to recording.
Yeah, we gonna welcome Jackie to the show. Welcome, Jackie.
Hello.
How do we know each other?
First film always.
Yeah.
We go over that rule, but
we've known each other for a couple of years now. Jackie is a dear friend.
Definitely.
Very supportive. Has always supported whatever endeavor that we do. I want to thank you for that. Definitely.
Yeah.
You are one of the people that have been in our corner for a while now. Even when we decided to start a podcast. Let me stop talking too fast. Even when we decided to start the podcast, shit. I think you were, I think you were one of the people that encouraged us the most.
Yeah.
To get it off the ground and just be like, be y'all, because you've known us, for a little while now, and
since we were like what 4 or 5 years, something like that.
Probably a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little longer than that.
So I definitely want to, give you your flowers while you're here and say I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks for joining us tonight. How you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful, especially after my little Kentucky Finest I'm drinking on.
Okay, that's my next question. What's in your cup?
A little bit of Versailles Kentucky in my cup.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay. That's what's up. Well, welcome to the Two
You
Cent.
actually are from Kentucky.
Yes, I am. I am from Kentucky. So
give us a little bit of background for me.
I am from Louisville, Kentucky. I've been in Dallas, Texas for 12 years. I know a lot about the real Derby, not the Derby that's here in Texas, but the real Kentucky Derby. And I know my bourbons and my whiskeys. So.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How was your week?
It was actually pretty good. It was some ups and downs, but overall, ended up getting a promotion, a little raise.
Hey, congrats.
Yeah, it was wonderful. I just had some real not so good moments, but every time I hit a not so good roadblock, I end up getting some good news. So honestly, it was just a good week.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what my mama told me. She said, when there's hell going around you, there's God usually trying to get a blessing to you.
Say it again.
Spiritual warfare.
Say it again.
What? I ain't going to say it again because I'm going to mess it up.
For me, it was just about asking God, let your will be done.
Right.
And just thank you. Even in the midst of all of it, I was still thanking him.
Even on the shitty days.
I'm talking about, it was so crazy because it was the same thing. The shitty days turned into 2 hours after the shittiness. It was like blessings. So, all you could just say is thank you. He never keeps me down too long. So
I think
that was my week.
A prophet once said, sunny days, everybody wants them. Tell me, baby, can't you stand the rain? Or something like that. It's like Jeremiah 5 and
was
19.
it? Because I don't think it was.
Definitely not.
No, that was Johnny. It was Johnny.
Was it Johnny?
Johnny 6 and 12.
Yeah, well, that's what's up. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We are definitely happy and proud of you.
Definitely.
We like to celebrate all the wins, man.
Definitely. And our black women winning.
Yeah.
Because we about to get on. Nah, I'm messing with
you. Nah, we gonna toast to that because we drinking every night because we drink to our accomplishments. Let's go.
I guess I raised mine. I got it.
Shout out to that. Well, thank you for being here tonight for sure. We're gonna go ahead and jump into, the docket for tonight. We got a couple of current events. Number 45 came up.
Yeah, man. He's got so many lawsuits going on that you don't know what's going on.
So what's going on? Because you told me about this.
Yeah, so I just heard it today that he has a lawsuit going on in New York for inciting violence against protesters that were in front of his Trump Towers.
So not the ones at the Capitol.
Not the ones at the Capitol.
Okay.
he was telling people. I think somewhere I'm going to misquote this. Paraphrase. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, my brother.
I got you.
If you see somebody acting up, just knock them out or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So he had his deposition in court, and the transcripts was like legit. They was asking him about why he was saying those things. He was like, well, they were going to be throwing things like tomatoes, and tomatoes can be very dangerous. But not only tomatoes, pineapples and cantaloupes and bananas.
Hard objects.
No, not necessarily, because tomato ain't that hard.
But, right, not the tomato, but the rest of the shit.
Well, pineapple is, I guess you could say that.
Cantaloupe too, shit. You ever been knocked out with
I don't think he said cantaloupe. No, I mean, who the fuck those cantaloupes?
Monkeys?
Do monkeys be around cantaloupes?
I don't know, but I feel like they would. I feel like they would throw cantaloupes.
Like who? Like, is it really that hard? Like an orange, maybe? Oh, what you call it? She beat herself up with some oranges.
Who?
Brandy from not what's love got to do with it, but a thin line between love and hate. She put the oranges in the sock and she beat herself up. So I guess you trying to give him a pass?
Nah,
all right,
definitely not.
But yeah, so he that was going on. So he's dealing with that lawsuit. So watch out for the fruits.
I mean, I feel like he's incited a lot of ill will or riots or whatever you want to call it, that he should be held accountable for.
3-6 has too, though.
Well, not just
they said, I bet you won't hit a motherfucker.
But also against the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
It's the world that we live in.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you know what it is. We are going to be held accountable for the actions that we do, but
46 talking about forgiving student loan.
Well, 46 can't remember the speech that he's supposed to say for tonight, so we not even gonna go there. We just we gonna stay on 45. But yeah, man. My God. So that That's happened ages. This week. Another thing that happened this week, and I don't know if y'all been following the case. I kind of caught wind of it, but I haven't really been following it to entirety. The Johnny Depp case.
Versus Amber Heard.
Say what?
Amber Heard.
Oh yeah. Okay. That was this a lot transpired this past week with that case. Have y'all been following it? Jackie, you been following it?
I have not been following it.
So I watched a little bit of the recap. You know, everything is on YouTube. You know, I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Millennial. Everything is on YouTube. And so I watched a little bit of it. And what do you think about it?
I think that's kind of the society that we live in. I hate to say this.
As far as what?
It's believe women. And I think you have to take it with a grain of salt sometimes, because sometimes it's not always true. I definitely don't want to make anybody feel bad if they've actually gone through something, but it's people like that do false claims that kind of is counterproductive.
But is it necessarily a false claim? Because I will say this: they read a lot of transcripts from the text that Johnny Depp had between him and a close friend of his. That was saying a lot of demeaning and degrading things about at that time his girlfriend, who would potentially or eventually become his wife. So there was a lot of I feel like there was kind of a lot of truth to it, but at the same time I feel like he was the recipient of domestic violence himself as well.
Was it as far as physical, or was it just demeaning talk?
Well, in the text conversation, it was talk, but it was talk about being physical. So
all I remember, I heard something like he said, "I have better uses for your throat."
Nah, it was a lot, way more than that. But at the same time, I think that on the other end, I feel like she was abusing him as well. So, Jackie, we'll swing this one to you. Do you think that when it comes to men and women, that society is more likely, or even the law is more likely to believe the woman's standpoint versus the man's standpoint if it becomes to when it comes to domestic violence?
I believe it's just history.
Okay.
I mean, history has shown that the woman's voice, the woman's opinion, or whatever the woman says happened to her is just taken as facts. I don't think a lot of times people question it. I worked at an agency for 7 years to where I learned, had a little bit more insight about how manipulative women can be.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I just think it's just all history that allows women to have that footing to make those accusations, and for society, judges, and everyone else around them to automatically believe them and feel sorry for them.
Speaking of which, so let's change subjects for a second. We watched, you actually sent me this, X. We watched a clip of a gentleman that was in a relationship started with a gentleman with this young lady, and they started out on Tinder. Right?
Okay, that one. Yeah, I sent you like 12 things.
Yeah. So they started out on Tinder. Okay. They ended up going out on a date. I think she had 2 or 3 kids, maybe.
Yeah.
And
the kids came out and it was like, "You gonna be our new daddy?" And he was like, "Nah, motherfucker."
Yeah. And so, he ended up not being with it, right? And so, what she did was she ended up calling the psych ward. And
actually, she reported him as missing, and she claimed that she was his husband, or she was her. This is kind of where we live in now. I gotta get these right. She claimed that he was her husband, and he had just left, and he was
mentally ill.
He had Alzheimer's and everything like that. Dementia. He had dementia. And he was a busy person, and ended up getting him committed.
Yeah, so he ended up getting committed to a psych ward, and they evaluated him for a whole week before he was able to make a phone call to his mom to get him out of the psych ward and tell the people that he was not married. He didn't have any kids. Yeah. So that I bring up that story to say that I feel like a lot of times, especially the authorities, they go with whatever the woman says and takes it as logic against the man's behalf. What do you think about that story?
For one, I think it's crazy, but at the same time, I can see how that can happen, especially if a lot of times men allow women to have a lot more access to them. Mm-hmm. So it depends on what information, what knowledge she already has had about him that allow her to proceed and to know enough about him to allow another agency to have her committed.
But that's the thing. She literally...
This was like the first time that they met.
Yeah, she literally didn't know that much about that man. Like, they just took it because she was calling in on him. They took what she said as the truth, and he ended up getting committed with no access to the outside world, no calls. After a week, he finally was able to call his mom, and she ended up getting him out.
I'm going to say I don't believe that that's necessarily a male or female thing. I just think it's a manipulation thing.
Okay.
Definitely.
Because I believe at the same time, men have been able to do that to women as well in certain
Let's talk about it.
situations. So,
let's talk about it. What? How do you feel like on the other way, if the shoe was on the other foot, how do you feel like a man is able to manipulate that situation?
Just anybody. If there's something that you want to do, I mean, how many times? Okay, I work for an agency into which I've seen women who just get mad, or men who get mad because a woman is dating another person.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Call in, make an accusation about this young lady or this woman, now that accusation holds weight, and is destroying lives.
Yeah.
I
can definitely see that because and me personally, I know of a case that a man called in on a young lady as being an unfit mother and ended up having CPS get involved. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, I agree with you there. I think I don't think that's necessarily a gender issue. I think it's just people out here crazy, man.
People are petty.
So let me ask y'all this: if somebody does make those false accusations on you, do you feel that they should receive the penalty of what the accusation they made is?
Which person? The person, the accuser, or
the one accuser?
That you know my answer.
Whoever made the false accusation.
What's your answer? I'm ready to hear your answer.
X knows my answer. These motherfuckers need to go to jail. You need to be locked up because at the end of the day, you are imposing and impeding on somebody's freedom. Like their livelihood and freedom could be at stake as a result of the accusations that you've brought upon this person just for your personal gain, right? Like I can sit up here and say that such and such did this, and this, and if it's against the law or if it impedes on anybody's freedoms in any particular way, then I have just accused them of committing a crime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Once you put that out there, you can never get it back. Yeah. Like your name, honestly, is all you have.
Yeah.
And once it's attached to your name, I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a scarlet letter that you can't do anything about.
Yeah. So how do you feel this is bringing up a case that we've talked about slightly in a previous episode. And I have to get his name right because I'm too used to listening to Dave Chappelle. The Jussie Smollett case. So we do know that recently he just got released from custody, right?
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about that? So do you feel like take that
motherfucker back? Get him in there.
Let me ask you, Jackie. Do you feel like how do you feel about that particular ruling as far as him being released?
I work in a system to where I didn't expect anything less, than him to be able to be released based on status and just having an accessibility to freedom that other people don't have. So I'm not surprised. And truthfully, I really haven't followed the case because it's just silly to me.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I think he should be made to eat 100 Subway sandwiches a day for the next 20 years.
He got to be on that Jared diet. We're not gonna talk about Jared.
Talk about Jared. Jared's in jail.
Yeah, in prison.
Yeah,
Jared would like him, but do you like him too?
Nah, yeah, but I just think that I feel like if you bring up an accusation on somebody that could potentially get them that could impede on their freedom, then you should be charged with what you're accusing that person of.
But the reality is what government or what judicial system wants to go ahead and prosecute that. That's the least of their concerns.
But why wouldn't you?
In logic, in theory, it would make sense.
Yeah.
But the reality is that that's the least of their concerns.
Yeah.
They're not worried about you defending your name or what you have to live with that accusation for the rest of your life. Like, you can be found not guilty. The person who made the accusation could say, I lied, but regardless for the fact that was put out about you, you're always going to have to defend that.
Especially in that age, it's always going to.
So how do you feel as the person is, say if you got accused of that particular crime, or for lack of a better word, crime, how would you feel if, somebody accused you of that, you knew they were lying, you got into the judicial system, and they ended up clearing you of everything, but nothing ever happened to the person that accused you of that particular...
Well, I'm probably going to go to jail.
Yeah.
Because, we got to fight out.
I'm going to go to jail
with the 5 fingers saying
Meet me outside.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah.
That's fuck shit.
Nah, definitely. Because, I mean, like at the end of the day, like you said, that's your name. Like, I got to defend my name. You know what I'm saying?
But again, even though you're cleared of it, even though they say that there's no founding evidence that this situation even occurred, for the rest of your life because somebody made that assumption or that allegation against you. You're forever gonna have to defend that, and it's not fair.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, even going back to the Johnny Depp case, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things came up during that case that now he has to defend. You know what I'm saying? Or for the rest of his life. Like, it came up, you know, that he does hard drugs. And, I mean...
I think everybody already knew that.
I was just going to say, granted, you know, we kind of suspected Johnny Depp of doing, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But... that now that's publicly out there that, you know, he does such and such or such and such, you can't go back from that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You think she should start losing work because Johnny Depp lost a lot of work once all these accusations came out?
Well, yes. The short answer, yes. But at the same time, I feel like when it comes to that realm of work, I feel like you're always going to get the people that cut your endorsements, but you're always going to get people that endorse you because of said situation. We can go back to the Will Smith and Chris Rock thing. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, you know, dropped him from certain things, but then you hear about on the flip side, he's, you know, getting contract after contract of people wanting to work with him because of what happened. So, I mean, I just feel like, you know, what's the saying? All publicity is good publicity. I think, you know, once you get your name in a headline for any reason, as long as it's in the headline, people are going to try to capitalize from it.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always a market for either side.
Yeah, and let's be real. Johnny Depp is not going to lose too much work.
Well, you know, because, you know, Disney, they, like, dropped them from their projects and everything.
And that's fine. But
and now Disney is working with old girl, because don't Disney own what you call it?
On what?
DC? No, they don't. That's Marvel. But she's along with DC.
I mean, at the end of the day, Aqua. I mean...
Aqua Lady, or what the fuck she is. I don't know, man. Mermaid bitch. I'm sorry.
At the end of the day, I mean, he's going to lose certain endorsements, but he's going to pick them right back up in other ways. So... You know, I'm not. I mean, that's kind of the industry, right? You can look at him. What he does hard drugs. I mean, how many people in the industry don't do hard drugs? You know what I'm saying? You're not in the industry.
I am.
I mean,
I'm claiming it.
Okay, well, go ahead.
But should we be making excuses for people in the industry, Will Smith or Johnny Depp?
I don't think excuses should be made. But is there a double standard? Yes. Mm-hmm. I mean,
money talks.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's almost become an expectation.
Yeah.
You kind of get to the point where you expect celebrities to do certain things.
And it's just the smallest things because, like, even going back to Will Smith, if that had been just a common person on the street...
He'd have been in jail.
Yes. In jail for quite a few days until he posted bond with a felony, most likely. Aggravated assault.
For sure.
I would have got paid off that shit.
Yeah. but I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, you know what I'm saying? Like, both parties are going to receive endorsements or deals or movies or whatever or comedy tours from it.
Publicity.
So, yeah. It's like you said, it's publicity. So, hey, you got to take it with you know what it is. Speaking of publicity, somebody just had an interview. Good old Meg. Megan Thee Stallion, man. She just had an interview with Gayle.
Yeah, man.
And you know Gayle gonna ask them hard questions.
I don't know if that was really hard.
What was the question that everybody was anticipating?
Did he shoot you?
No, I don't think that was the most anticipated question.
Was he buzzing?
Yeah, I think the most anticipated question...
Booty clapping sounds?
I think the most anticipated question was, were they having sexual relations? Yeah. And Meg said no.
Well, no. What happened was, she asked her, did they have an intimate relationship? And Meg was like, you mean sexual? And then Gayle was like, did y'all have sexual relations? And Meg said, no, we didn't have sex.
Right. So
that
Jackie, you been following that?
Not at all. I'm not interested.
Okay.
If you ask somebody a question, if you ask me if I was busting down somebody you knew, and I said,
that's a hesitation.
No.
That means yes.
All right.
Okay. No, enough said.
A no is a no, and a yes is a yes. A is a yes.
Yeah, but like, why you have to think about it? If he never hit, why was you thinking about it?
Let me ask you this, because I say this too. If it wasn't good, does it count?
I want to hear this from a woman's perspective.
No. It don't.
I don't remember it.
Still fuck.
That's to you. That's because you remembered it.
Still had it.
We're trying to put it out of our minds. So
now, okay. That set up a question, right? Okay. So, dudes are known to lie on their dick, right?
All the time. Well, there's some women that lie on their monkey too.
And that's what I was about to ask. So, if you get to the point to where, from a woman's perspective,
okay,
you get to a point to where you ashamed, quote unquote, of somebody that you might have, let hit. Do you lie on it?
Lie on it in which way?
As in, y'all never had relations.
It never happened.
I'm not gonna deny it happened. I mean, I just ain't gonna, say anything further than that. I mean, it's just gonna start right there. Yeah, it happened. No other comments.
Because I feel like that's what happened. Like I feel like it happened between them. It was a lot of discourse, and she got an interview and was like, "Nah, bruh."
Nah.
I mean, it wasn't nothing to brag about. It doesn't sound like there was anything to brag about, but yet it wasn't worth talking about either.
So, but in that instance, do you lie about it though?
But why even talk about it? Like, why is that even relevant?
Here's the thing. You got asked about it because you in that realm. You know what I'm saying? We just talked about how you in the entertainment industry. You know what I'm saying?
She went to go talk about it.
Yeah, and
boy can't talk because he got a gag order on. If you say anything, he goes to jail.
And so you in a predicament. You with Gail Williams, and she asks you a question. Mm-hmm. You lie about it or what?
Y'all killing me with this shit. That nigga was lying.
He wasn't the only one. Shit, obviously.
I mean, maybe she just wanted to forget it even happened. I mean, I don't know.
This is what the whole interview was about him.
It was.
But maybe she didn't want to talk about that part.
Oh, okay. Allegedly, he was busting her down and her best friend. So
damn.
Or her ex-best friend.
Well, maybe she didn't get the full, experience. It was a shared experience, so she didn't have any comment.
He's like 5'5".
5'5" what? And where?
Ma'am.
Height.
Ma'am. Let's relax. I don't like boys.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It like I feel like I don't know. I feel like when it comes to that, I feel like both sides of the spectrum lie on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't lie on me.
What?
I may omit.
I'm gonna say the best thing you can do is just not say anything at all and just enjoy the experience.
But
it's gonna be good or it's gonna be bad.
It's an interview though.
I think she's talking about the actual intercourse. Just enjoy it, be in the moment.
But what if it's bad and you get asked about it?
I mean, we cool. That's the only thing you gotta say is, "Oh no, we good, we're good."
That's the homie.
We're cool. Yeah. He's a really good person. Nice person. I enjoy his company.
All right, so
you ever had somebody lie on you? Say you hit it and you didn't hit it? Or even it's like you try to talk to them, but you never try to talk to them?
Yeah, I definitely have had somebody say that, we talked and I ain't had no recollection of that shit.
Why didn't you remember?
Because it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. It was just being messy.
So okay, yeah, and I think that's more so. I don't know if it's uncommon. I think it's more so uncommon for us. Uh-huh. But for Jackie, for you, have you ever had a dude lie on it?
Yes.
And how did you respond?
I got suspended. I was in high school.
Okay.
So honestly, it started in high school. I went over his guy's house. all we did was just sit there and watch movies. That was it. VHS at the time. Some of the friends saw me leaving the house. I guess he decided he wanted to be like, yeah, X, Y, and Z. He did whatever. Got to school. Of course, somehow, high school, people talking. Mm-hmm. And again, I was always raised where your name was all you had. Mm-hmm. So as soon as I heard this information, I actually fought the dude that, didn't defend me. Because I'm like, even though I was at your house, I felt like you should have defended me against your friend. You should have told the truth. Yeah. So in response, we got into a fight, which landed me in ISEP for like a week.
So has that ever happened to you in your adult life?
I don't care. I mean, because honestly, if you feel like you have to lie about it, then it's something about me that you want that you wasn't able to have. Okay. So I kind of take it as a compliment as an adult.
Flattery.
Okay. Yeah, like, okay, whatever. But at the end of the day, you can't tell me where none of my tattoos are. You can't tell me where none of my marks are. So we know the truth. But go ahead. So, if it's what you need to get attention and help yourself.
So where are your tattoos at?
Don't worry about that. Those who know. Where your marks
at? All right, we're going to take a quick break right quick. Me and Jake are going to go into the room. Let me stop because people be bothering people.
All right, so along the same lines, we're going to talk about dating, right? So I think, X, you brought up a post. And I'm going to let you actually bring it up. What was the post?
Okay, so it was a quote that said, if you're over 35 and single, you are leftovers. Okay. I can kind of agree with it, but not at the same time. Okay. How does that make y'all feel?
What's your perspective?
My perspective? I mean, I can see how it can be true. Because like, why are you? Because it's always, I guess you can say it's a red flag that you're single so late. So why are you single? What's the reason? And there can be a legit reason why you don't, and you can't really just be waiting for something to come along that's good. But at the same time, it might be that you have some stuff that you need to work on as well.
Okay. Jackie, what you feel about it?
I'm dating older. I don't feel like I'm any leftovers. However, because my situation was a little different, I kind of did things in reverse. I got married at 26, and I was divorced by 30. So for me, but I was with this person since high school. So I came out of my divorce being, I'm going to say, socially retarded. I would hate to use, as take it how you want it, but I spent most of my 30s learning the things that I should have learned when I was a teenager, early 20s. Yeah. So the roles kind of got reversed for me. I don't really feel like I'm a leftover. If anything, I feel like I'm more seasoned because I'm the best of both worlds. I know the dating aspect of it, but I also know the commitment aspect of it. And at the same time, it kind of places you at a disadvantage when you have that insight because not everybody knows how to relate to you. Yeah.
Gotcha. So. Now, I know she said you got married young. We're going to come back to it, but how you feel about it?
For me, I feel like I don't necessarily think that you're leftovers, but I think that everybody after a certain age is, I'm not going to say broken, but has baggage. And when I say that, I feel like you've lived enough life at a certain age, and I'm not going to put a particular age on that, but I think that you've lived a certain life. You've lived enough of life at a certain age to have your preferences, to have your mindset to be stuck in your ways, for lack of better term. I think that at some point in time, at a certain age, you are who you are, and you want what you want. You have those particular preferences that you're not willing to bend on. And so, I will say that everybody over a certain age, I feel like is broken to a certain extent. Just because I feel like you are set in your ways. Like I feel like you are, who you are at a certain age. Jackie, I see your wheels turning.
Yeah, my little hamster's going wild. I think it kind of opens the door for a whole other group of people of interest, or another avenue for potential love or matchmaking. So yes, other people may not appreciate you, but then there's a whole other group of, as you said, broken people that understand that trauma and, are willing to work through their trauma, get with you, etc., to make things work. Like, they understand where you come from, they understand your pain, and they don't want to inflict it on you, but at the same time, they don't want to walk on eggshells, and you all can meet in between. So although it may seem like a negative in one aspect, it could be a positive in a totally other group, in a whole other group of people that are willing to take that risk with you.
Okay.
So it's the pros and the cons.
Okay. You said we was gonna come back to something, X. What was
this is another story that's out there.
Okay.
I want to see how y'all feel about this. So, y'all know who DJ Envy is?
Mm-hmm.
From the Baptist
Church. I wanted to bring that up. I'm glad you go ahead.
Him and his wife, they had been together since they were like 15.
Mm-hmm.
She recently wrote her book, and she was saying that
sex.
Yeah, that she had faked it for, I believe, like 10 years. When she would never had got an orgasm. Now, if that's your spouse, would you want them to put that information out there?
Truthfully, no. And as a woman, as a wife, I ain't gonna say a woman, but as a wife, it's nobody else's business what goes on in your bedroom. That's just me. I don't think you did your marriage any justice, and I don't know why that was even relevant to your book.
I'm gonna say this.
I'm like, no comment.
No. I definitely have a comment on it, and I'm gonna say this. First of all, I agree with you because I feel like nobody, whether it be man or woman, wants to be degraded in that manner to say publicly that this person doesn't fulfill me. We talk about on multiple shows before this one that your partner is not responsible for your insecurities, but at the same time, your partner should not do anything to enhance any security that you any insecurity that you have, right? And I think that enhances an insecurity. Here's my thing. I feel like regardless of who the person is, you have to teach somebody, your significant other, your partner in a marriage, what turns you on, what you like out of a situation. Just like everybody has a different love language, everybody's sexual language is different. So you have to you have to grow with that person sexually to say that between me and you, and it could be different from different people. It could you could differ from this relationship to the next.
What works for this ain't gonna work for.
Yeah. So between in the relationship that
with them, I think they were each other's first, and they were the only person that.
And that's cool. And that's cool. But at the same time, I feel like you owe that person the respect of letting them know, hey, as your significant other, hey, I'm not getting this out of our relationship sexually. Maybe we should do this. Maybe we should try this. You know what I'm saying? Versus publicly scrutinizing that person and making them feel inadequate.
They've worked on that portion, so now they're good.
Yeah.
But now, after the fact, she's putting that out there. Would you still, after the fact, would you even want that?
Bitch, don't put my shit in the street like.
But see, at the same time, what you did was
you emasculated him.
Not just that, but what you did was just allow your marriage to be infiltrated. And the reason why I say that is because you just exposed a flaw in your foundation. So, you're going to have other people maybe try to come through. Yeah. And then also you gave stones to throw at the man that's supporting you, helping you, and let me tell you, that you took vows with. Like, you basically are giving somebody the keys to come in and mess up your home.
And let me tell you, we ain't shit as men. So the next man going to come in and say, I can hit it better because he ain't hitting it right.
Not me.
Oh.
Stand up guy. You can do anything like that.
All right.
Nothing like that.
Nah, but you know what I'm saying? You just like Jackie said, you gave somebody else that.
I'm talking to you.
You childish. You gave somebody else that ammunition. You know what I'm saying? You gave somebody else that ammunition to then be able to use that or be able to come in and say, "Oh, I can do this better." You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I may be a little old school, but I still believe in that old school value of things when it comes to relationships. You don't let somebody come into your home. You don't give people the keys to come in and do something. You're not going to do anything to, not necessarily jeopardize your marriage, but to cause shame to either one of us.
Yeah, definitely never want to do that. Never.
Yeah. So
sorry. Got on my tangent.
Yeah. Nah. I'm gonna get.
I veered us off.
Nah. I'm gonna get on another quote that we ran into this week, and I said I wanted to talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
This quote says, and Jackie, I'm gonna let you go first on this because I want to see what you think about it. This quote says, "People will become codependent with your consistency. They are not connected to you, but to your reliability."
Yeah, I know that you're dependable. I know that you're going to be there for whatever I need you to be there for, even though I don't want nothing from you. I mean.
How do you feel about it?
Ignore that. I was trying to not get us.
Yeah. How do you feel about it, X?
Can we repeat that again?
Yeah.
I went on my solo.
Nah. People will become codependent with your consistency. They're not connected to you, but to your reliability.
It definitely has the opportunity to happen. I think it just really just depends on the type of person. If you're around solid people, I don't think they will take advantage of that. But if you have somebody that does like to use, somebody that doesn't pour back into you, they'll definitely take advantage and absorb everything out of you till you have nothing else to give. Whether that be somebody that is a true narcissist or somebody that just has those narcissistic traits, or somebody that hasn't fully healed, and they're just looking for somebody to fill the void that they have. And if you ain't got nothing else to pour out, then they'll move on to the next person that can pour something into them.
Would you surely call it a narcissist? I hear you keep saying narcissist, but would you say that that's necessarily a narcissistic trait?
I would say it was a trait because I don't like to put labels on people. And I have another question for you too.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say it's just a trait. I think everybody has some kind of narcissistic trait to them. Matter of fact, I was telling Dub just the other day that I was trying to. I always take a test because sometimes I feel like am I a narcissist?
And I told you if you ask, you're probably not.
Yeah, but I always take one and stuff, and they'd be like, "Nah, you good." But you have like 5% narcissism in you from certain stuff. But I think everybody has that, just from a standpoint of victimhood.
Yeah,
I guess you would say, because you always feel sorry for yourself a little bit sometimes. But as long as you get out of that, and it's not always woe is me or everybody's against me, then it's okay.
I particularly feel like that you have to teach people how to treat you, right? Because everybody's going to differ from person to person, and every relationship, regardless of how what the relationship is going to be different, and everybody requires different things. Everybody's love language is different. Everybody values things differently. So I do think that people do become codependent on your consistency, and if you're a person that shows yourself to be there for somebody time after time after time, they could take that and run with it. They can they definitely get used to you being there, and they take advantage of it to a certain extent. And so when you start setting those boundaries, then you become the bad guy. You become the asshole. You become, somebody they either you tripping or you crazy. You know what I'm saying? When you set boundaries. And I think that, they sometimes it does get misconstrued as me being connected to you versus me just knowing that you're going to always have my back, or me just knowing that you're always going to be around and you taking advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? So I do think a lot of people become codependent on you just being there. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's your fault. Sometimes it's because you gave them too much access to you and they didn't deserve it. Sometimes they showed you who they were and you just didn't believe them. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is at some point in time.
I'm not going to say that they showed you who they were and they didn't believe it, but it just wasn't in you to retaliate the way that most people would retaliate in certain situations. And and I can say that because I've had plenty of experience with it. And actually, I was at dinner the other night with someone who suggested that I'm the only one that I knew them very well, and that we should probably be together because I accepted them as they were. And, but this was the same person that told me that I give people too many chances. This is also the same person that wonders why I'm so nice to them, even though they know they didn't deserve it. People are fully aware of what they do and how they treat people. Okay? It's not my responsibility to cater to you, but it's also not my responsibility to change. My thing is, I can continue to be me in life, and somewhere along that way, there's going to be someone that accepts me, appreciates me as I am, and that's it. Like, I shouldn't have to become hard and cold and callous, vindictive in the world, and shut other, potential options out because of what you took for granted. Because I guarantee you, when I walked away, that's the one thing that shocked your ass the most, because you always thought I was going to be there.
But what's the point? What's the point? When do you get to the point? And we've talked about this before, so I'm gonna
when I get there, because I'm gonna tell you one thing about me, and this is just reality though. I always stay longer than I should, and I usually go down with the ship. But the thing is, once I'm gone, you don't get me back, baby.
Out of there.
I'm done. But the thing is, and this is reality in life, and I know you have friends, even if you haven't experienced yourself. You keep going back. The person gives you the opportunity. You see the opportunity, all right, let's give this one more try. No, I'm going to stay in there till I ain't got nothing left.
Yeah.
And I know there's no reason for me to come back.
Yeah, because I've
given you my all.
Yeah.
I don't have not one drop of blood left, no tear to cry. I ain't got shit for you. You can't even wipe my ass with nothing you have to offer. Honestly, sorry. I don't know if I can say this.
What'd your ass say? Trying to find a fuck to give.
I have none, zero. But the thing is I know me, and I go hard whatever it is I do, friendships, relationships, I'm going to go hard.
Yeah.
But my thing is, if I'm gone, you best believe you gave me keys to walk out that door.
Fuck them.
And I ain't going to say fuck them, though, because I don't hate them that much to fuck them.
Shit, I'm going to say fuck them.
I'm not even going to say fuck them. I'm just going to say I wish you the best.
Yeah.
That's it.
I feel you.
Yeah, so you can take me for granted all you want to. I'm cool with that. But just understand, while you wondering and talking to your friends and calling me up 2 or 3 years from now, hey, you knew what you had.
Yeah.
You lost it.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. I agree with you. I think that was some good insight for sure, especially on the topic. I'm going to flip it to because I know we running a little.
Well, no, I still had a question. No,
what was your question?
We still got minutes. I was trying to rush somebody off and stuff. People be waiting on the show. You be trying to rush.
You
still prolonging it. What was your question?
No, I'll keep prolonging it.
Question.
So my question. Now, going back to the 35 on the woman's side. So if you see a guy that's 30 plus, that's single, no kids, what's going on in your mind?
35, no kids, single?
Yeah.
Okay, well, where are we going? Which island we going to?
Oh, okay. You don't have any red flags? Because I see a lot of women that they go another direction with that. It's like, okay, he's...
No, okay. I don't. Because just because you're single, you got to understand why that person is that way. Maybe it's just a choice. Maybe they just chose not to settle early, or, to succumb to statistics or expectation, other people's expectations. Maybe they had their own goals that they were working towards and for, and they finally got to that point. You never know. You got to know a person's story, their background, their history before you make that assumption.
You gotta want
Just because a person tells you they don't have any kids, they're 35 and they never been married, don't mean that they fucked up. Now, there's some fucked up people, but doesn't mean that they're messed up.
Everybody fucked up after a certain age.
That's life, though.
Yeah.
But the thing is can we just be fucked up and enjoy life together? Like, can your fucked up and my fucked up get together and we just not fuck each other up and we have a good life?
Yeah.
You don't have no questions about them, like nothing, like nothing.
I'm not worried about it. Like, it's gonna come out in the wash.
Oh.
It's all gonna come out. Right. But no, I don't automatically assume something negative like that.
Okay.
I give everybody a chance to fuck themselves.
Yeah.
That's it.
How do you do that?
I feel that. So
sorry, can I say fuck?
Yeah, you can say.
Well, you just said it like 15 times. Yes.
Did you hear how we opened the podcast? Nah, but that brings us into our top 3. So top 3 for you, Jackie. What's your top 3 requirements for dating?
Passport.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have a passport. You have to have some type of ambition towards something, and especially towards something financial. Like, I don't want you to just be okay with being in debt. That's not cool with me. Top 3, you gotta make me feel feminine.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm not gonna say I'm an alpha female, but I'm a strong female, and at times I want to know that it's okay for me to be a lady.
Okay.
That's important to me. Okay. Bring out my feminine energy.
So is that conditional femininity?
No, because I am who I am, and I'm soft. But a lot of times, a lot of people wouldn't know that, because you put me in a situation to where I just have to defend myself. Role. Yeah, they don't make me feel secure.
Okay,
security is super important.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Okay, X top 3.
Top 3. Dating requirements.
Yeah,
we have to make pretty babies.
Oh shit.
Number 1.
Hey, that's legit.
And I always say that because I'm just looking for somebody that's attractive, and I think that we can see each other. Accountability.
Okay.
Like I told you, like one of my first dates, my biggest first date question is, why are you single without blaming somebody else?
Yeah.
That just kind of shows me that you take some kind of accountability for why you're single.
Okay.
Thirdly, I would just say a good sense of humor. I don't want to be around somebody that takes everything so seriously. I learned at a young age that I had high blood pressure, so I had to stop taking things so seriously and stuff. I don't want to stroke out. I don't want somebody that's gonna stress me out all the time. I want to have somebody that I can crack on. That even if I say that you ugly and you got ugly feet, I don't mean it. I'm just playing with you, and we can just joke on each other.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, my brother?
I'm gonna take your third and place it at my first, because you gotta have a sense of humor around me. I crack on myself all the time. I'm gonna crack on everybody around me. It's just what we do. That's my personality. So you can't take things too seriously. I have a weird and dark sense of humor, and I tell people that up front. Like, I laugh about a lot of things that people cry about. So, and it might not be good, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. That's who I am. So that's got to be number 1. My second one is gonna go to Jackie's. One of Jackie's. My biggest thing is I travel a lot. I love to travel. It's a part of me. It's not necessarily a hobby for me. I told you it's a necessity for me. So if you're a person that just wants to stay in, your particular vicinity and not get out and travel, we probably not gonna make it. And I would say number 3. Number 3 for me is probably going to be somebody that is not overly sensitive or emotional, and I guess that kind of goes to number 1 as well. You can't be oversensitive or emotional for me. I'm a person that can get over stuff really quickly. And I take a lot of things with a grain of salt. So if you are and I guess it goes to not being overly sensitive, but it goes to not dwelling on things. Like, you can't be a person that's going to dwell on a particular subject and not be able to move on from it, because then we're gonna have an issue. So I think those are the top 3 for me. Yeah. Listeners, all our shot callers, y'all definitely let us know what y'all top 3 are in the comments. Jackie, thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you. We have thoroughly enjoyed this. We definitely got to have you on again.
Definitely.
We thank you for being a friend of the show. And always supporting us.
And a friend of you all.
Yes, and always supporting us. Everybody out there, y'all know what it is. You can agree with us. You can disagree with us. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Father, fuck you.
At the end of the day, that's just our 2 cents on the man. Y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all next week.
Good night.